Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame and Cinnamon Sugar. I am heading home. I just left from running errands and I have everything almost completed. I'm in the process of switching everything over to Alabama, my license. I got that done. I just have to wait for the hard copy, if you will, to come in the mail. I have to wait for some other stuff to get faxed to the DMV, so I can't get my tag and registration and all that stuff switched over just yet. So it is what it is. They'll call me when it's been done, because they literally could fax the information back over today, and I'm gonna be like, well, I just be there in the morning, because I'm not finna set it off and ride back up there now when I done already just left from up there. Like, I'm literally entering into the country. Like, I'm gonna be turning down my road that leads to my house in 5 minutes or less. Anyway, so I wanted to come on here and tell y'all about some stuff that's popping off. I think the other video that I was supposed to upload last week already discussed the alkaline lifestyle as it pertains to my mama and this woman that I went to college with. And it's a sad situation, and it's just getting worse and worse as it pertains to my classmate's husband. And I'm like, hey, I reached out. I tried to do my part. She won't do her part, and checking into it. My thing is, if your husband's diagnosis is only getting worse and worse, I would try everything before just giving up, because essentially that's what's happening. So anyway, and my mama, she's older and she's stubborn, and she don't want to hear what I gotta say. And I'm just like, why can't, in the meantime, in between time, why you ain't on an operating table? Why can't we try this and see if it'll actually help something? But she ain't trying to hear nothing I'm saying. And then, like, I'm pretty sure she don't want to change her eating habits. And child, it's a lot. Even though she was on board a long time ago, like 2-3 years ago, when everything first was introduced to her, because she kept asking me what was I doing, and I told her when I was like heavily into the alkaline lifestyle. She was really on board then, and that was before everything happened with her becoming paralyzed. So just continue to keep her in your prayers, and me too, because I'm really still gonna try. I don't know how hard I'm gonna try now, because she just seems dead set against anything I'm saying, as far as her trying the alkaline way, and herbs and things like that, which were things long before medical doctors of the sort that she's used to and has become accustomed to now came into play. Anyway, let me tell y'all about some foolishness. So like maybe 2-3 days ago now, one of my ex-boyfriends reached out to me. So I'm on an app. I'm saying it like that with air quotes, because I mean I am, but I'm not. Child, he done sat up here, found me on there, and he talking to me as if we ain't, we don't know each other. And I looked, because I was like, okay, first of all, I see your name, even though he's shortened it for the app or whatever. Y'all excuse me. He's shortened it, but I'm like, no, I ain't crazy. I know I'm not crazy. I know that this is my ex. The only difference about him now is that his face is huge. Like, his face is big. Back then he had like a dad bod type situation, if you will. Like, he wasn't fat, but he wasn't skinny. And he's still pretty much the same now. And we dated when I was in my early 20s. I was attending Alabama State University at the time. And to make a long story short about how all of that came about was that, he was reaching out to me. And I'm looking at him like, I would never. Like, in all honesty, he's just somebody that I would never look at and be like, ooh, I want to date him. Like, no. But then I thought about it. I said, well, maybe I'm supposed to step outside of my comfort zone and date somebody that I would never date, and that would be the person that's meant for me. Obviously, it's not, because he and I are not together. So let me go ahead and go into some more details for y'all. So while I'm dating him, he's making it seem as though he's into carpentry and all this other stuff. Y'all, I was the only one going to see him. First of all, he did not live in Montgomery, Alabama. that was not something that was going to deter me from having any association with anybody or whatever, right? So I would drive to go see this man, and it was not no up the street. It wasn't across the city. Like, it wasn't like I said, it was not in Montgomery. He was living on the Alabama-Georgia line, y'all. So I was driving a nice little distance from Montgomery. If I think about it, I'll put the exact amount of time it takes for me to get from Montgomery to that city in this video somewhere. So anyway, and keep in mind, at the time I was driving a Crown Victoria, which is a gas guzzler. This man would never contribute no money to no gas. It was always me coming to see him never coming to see me. It would never know, oh, well, because I ain't got no car or for whatever reason, well, let me hand you a couple of dollars. Oh, no. This man, it got to a point where this man would only call me if he wanted me to hand him some money. And according to him, it was because he needed to make sure that his minutes didn't run out. So he was doing it for cards, for minutes for his phone at the time. Well, I tried to be one of those people that was like, oh, well, you know, what's mine is yours and all this other foolishness and all that, you know, which I'm still not even against that. It was just one-sided where I'm doing everything. And that's something that I've had to understand is a pattern that for some reason people look at me and be like, ooh, let me use her. He was a user. So anyway, fast forward to now. This man reached out to me, hey, sweetheart, how you doing? And all this other foolishness. Child, I'm looking like, wait a minute. I'm looking at the name. I'm looking at the pictures. One of the pictures is a picture that he had back in the day of when his locks were shorter. And so I'm just like, why is he talking to me as if I'm some random person that he's reaching out to for the first time in life? Because he reached out to me like 20 years ago. What is we talking about? So I was like, we're exes, so don't know what you're talking about. Like, what are you even trying to say to me in this moment? Y'all, we going back and forth, communicating back and forth, because this man really trying to play in my face like we ain't never had no association with one another. This man went so far as to say, oh, well, it's 3 of us with that same name, and one of the guys, you must have me mistaken with the guy that's younger than me. I said, sir, you're literally the age that you would be right now as the guy that I dated back then. And all of your pictures look exactly like who you are, except your face is huge now. Like, what are you talking about? You are you. You have the same exact smile, like he had permanent goals and everything. Like, I just would never. Like, I would never know. I would never just be like, ooh, like, you ain't Project Pat or somebody like that I deem to be fine or what. See, I have a wide variety of what I think fine is. Project Pat fine to me. He got a wife and things now. But I'm just saying, if we're going to say gold teeth, you need to be Project Pat. With permanent goals in your mouth, Project Pat or somebody like that. Of that age. Because this man is 42 years old. I don't know how old Project Pat is. He should be like mid to late 40s or early 50s or whatever. Project Pat still look good. But anyway, I'm just saying, this man had permanent goals in his mouth back then in our early 20s or whatever. And so, y'all know I'm finna be 40 in February, excuse me. So he ain't but 2 years older than me. This man gonna try to tell me over and over again that I got him mixed up with somebody else. And they was like, oh man, it sounds like men have really done you wrong and da-da-da-da, because you got me mixed up with somebody else. Ain't no way. I said, sir, you mean to tell me that you don't remember me? And I'm laughing the whole time while I'm saying this. Like, you're not finna sit up here and tell me that you don't remember me. I described the car that I had at the time. I told him, I said, sir, when I met you, you was living at your mama's apartment in some kind of projects. And I would come and see you. I met your mama. Every time I would come to your mama's house, she was there. You was there. You were never working. You used to smoke weed all the time. Oh, Lord. Why I say that? I don't even smoke drugs. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke weed. I ain't never done nothing. Why he got one of the pictures and it's showing that he indeed is a weed head. I'm not finna wear no shirt where the biggest thing on the shirt or the main thing on the shirt is weed. You got marijuana leaves on the shirt. You obviously smoke. You smoked back then. This man keep on trying to lie to my, I don't smoke. I wouldn't dare disrespect my mama's house like that. I would never disrespect my mama like that. I ain't never smoked around my mama. I was like, sir, what we not finna do? what we not finna do with this? Man, my friend calling me. I don't know why. He done called back to back. What is going on? My friend I used to tell y'all about that's in the military. He's in Virginia. Well, he's not in Virginia, but he's from Virginia. What in the world he got going on? He probably just want to tell me something, but I'm going to ignore it for now. I'll talk to him tomorrow. So anyway, y'all, this man is fixated talking about, oh, you definitely got the wrong person. I don't even smoke. You a lie. I said, okay, whether it was weed or a blunt or something, I definitely don't smoke no blunt, sir. You have a shirt on in one of your pictures right now. That's a previous picture. You just took this picture within the last year or so. This is a current picture, sir, of you. But you don't smoke weed? Oh, okay. Oh, it ain't me. It ain't me. I said, sir, I know you when I see you. Unless you got a twin running around here that you never told me about, then you was a lie. And then you can't even try to lie and try to clean it up now and say, oh, well, yeah, I do got a twin brother. You can't even try to make up a lie on top of all the other lies you done told, because he already told me it's him, some other guy that's younger than him, and one other person with the same name, but the name is spelled differently. I said, sir, y'all, before he even said all that, I had already typed his name, spelled the way that it's spelled, the government. I spelled the government name out. I said, sir. And so he was like, are you playing games? I said, what are you even talking about? I said, you're the one playing games, sir. What did you don't even make sense right now. How I know your name? So then he eventually gonna say, well, this is the way the name is spelled out on Facebook. And I'm saying to myself, sir, it don't matter what your profile say. And then I read him, because I told him that I looked him up back in the day. When we dated, this man told me that he's named after his daddy. And what's crazy is when he first introduced himself to me, he said one name. And then he said another. And I was just like, since when you got an A on the end of your name? He was like, oh, that's the way you spell my name for real. But he basically make it seem like it's hard for people to comprehend or understand. I just be like, it is not hard. It is seriously not even hard to say your name. The government way that you said your mama, whoever, your daddy's name, all of that. I'm just like, bruh, y'all need to stop the cap. It is not hard to say your name. Like, what is you talking about? So anyway, y'all don't mind me. I'm over here trying to make sure I'm at the house parked how I'm supposed to be parked. My brother, where he going? Did he just go somewhere? Is he going somewhere? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I'm at the house. I'm gonna finish this up quickly. So I'm just like, what is you talking about? So this fool gonna try to tell me, oh, well, you got me, keep on trying to lie to my, oh, I got him mixed up with somebody else. I said, sir, there's no way. There is literally no way. You look the exact same way you look back then, except your age, life is catching up with you. You eating what you want to eat still, and your face is like really big now. That's the only difference. I didn't read him the truth is the truth. Because the old picture he had on there when his locks were shorter, his face wasn't as swollen. So, you know, I don't know if he has lupus. I don't know. I feel like it's just because he's eating. I think it's just bad eating habits. So anyway, this man keep on trying to tell me, oh no, it's not me. And keep on dropping his cell phone number. I said, sir, hell would have to freeze over. And it's not going to freeze over. I'm not contacting you. You might as well hang it up. I'm not contacting you. For what? I've already dated you. You were trash back then. And I don't usually double dip. The one time I tried to double dip, that was when I was with the guy who was in Huntsville. Because we were best friends before we ever became anything. So he did the most to get me back, y'all. And so I tried to give it another chance. And my favorite instructor at ASU was like, girl. Because he followed me to every single one of my classes, was bringing cards. The card kept getting bigger every class I went to. And when he came to that class, her class had already started. This man had came to the door and she saw him and was like, I was like, oh my God. I was embarrassed every time because I'm just like, he interrupted my classes doing all this. So he was doing the most to try to get me back. So I was just like, okay. Even she was not here for it. She was just like, girl, I saw you at your worst. I saw you give up on life. Like I was about to kill myself, y'all. It was bad. And she was just like, she told me to stay after class because she allowed him to hand me the stuff and told him to get on down the road. Like, she went off. She did everything short of cussing him out. And she was good for cussing you out. So he did good to not get cussed out that day. So she allowed him to give me the cards and flowers and all this other stuff. And she went on with class. But she looked at me like, okay. And I was like, oh my God. And then I'm thinking I'm finna get up and get out the classroom. She was like, stay after class. I need to talk to you for a few minutes. She knew I ain't had no class right afterwards. So she talked to me. She sat me down. We had a good old conversation and everything. And he was kind of lingering around because he knew what time my class ended and everything. Y'all, she read him. And she was like, hey, do what you want to do. But no, I saw the way he drug you down before. I ain't never seen you like that before. And like, I stopped going to classes and everything, y'all, because I really was going to kill myself. It was bad. Anyway, so back to the foolishness with this. This fool, for the last, I think it's been 3-4 days, this man still want to stick with the lie that I got him mixed up with somebody else. I'm like, no, I don't. Like, you really want to play this game, and I don't understand why. Like, we literally dated. What's the reason for you to sit up there and try to deny it? I'm telling you vital things. Why would I know about this? You still got the same city on your profile. You still got the same profession that you ain't never do. And if you did, you wasn't doing it when we was together. Because every time I talked to you, you was at the house smoking all day or somewhere riding around and getting into somebody else's vehicle. You were doing everything but working whenever I had any association with you. And so this man, the first day that he reached out, had the audacity to be like, well, ain't no way I was with you. I was not with you. Told me some woman's name, first and last name. We was together from 2001 to 2007. And I was like, well, when you were with that person, apparently I was the side chick along with everybody else. And we was on a roster because I thought you and I were together. And you tried to holler at somebody I was at ASU with. He tried to holler at this woman that I was closely associated with that was at ASU while he and I were already dating. And so I'm over at this woman's apartment talking to her. Me and my ex, we had a mutual friend. And we talking, having a good old time. And so she over there smiling and looking like, girl, who you talking to? What's going on? She said his name. I said, I'm done. I said, I can't. I said, I know you ain't talking about this person. I done showed her his picture. Got the number, everything. And she like, yeah, it's the same person. And so she went on by her business. She just blocked him. I said, I got something for him. I said, I'm going to go up here one more time. I made the drive one more time because I said, I'm going to say it to his face that I'm done. I'm done. What happened was I said that I was done with him, but I didn't say, hey, a part of the reason was because of that. Because I already felt like I had already started to get this feeling like, okay, you trying me. You doing the most. You doing everything but being a boyfriend to me. You're using me. You was getting sex, which was something I did not agree with. I did not agree with being with somebody and having a feeling like I had to give you sex. And so I'm already giving you sex. You having the time of your life. It was trash. Y'all had to read him on that today because I'm just like, sir, what you're not finna do is this. He did like the longest situation today trying to convince me, oh, we ain't never had no association wonder. I was like, sir. He says, oh, if you let me do this, this, and this, talking about sex. I said, sir, been there, done that. The sex was whack. You got yours, but I ain't get mine. So why would I want to go down that road again? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like it's not gonna happen anyway. But I've already experienced you, and you were trash. You got yours. I didn't get nothing out of the situation. So I hate when people try to brag on something and they trash. I just be like, please stop. Please stop. Just stop. But yeah, this man keep on trying to say, oh, we ain't never met, da-da-da-da. You a lie. I ain't never dated nobody from Montgomery. Well, you dated me. Sir, you look the exact same except your face fatter now. You're the age that you would be had I still been dealing with you. You're literally the age. You were 2 years older than me then. You're 2 years older than me now. And I'm counting the fact that I'm going to be 40 in a couple of months. So what is we talk? I told him, I said, sir, I would never. I said, I feel sorry for whatever dummy ends up believing these lies that you going to tell them, whatever lies you going to tell them if they've never had an association with you or not. He just, oh, you 5'3" and you think like that, I would do this, that. I said, you ain't going to never get the opportunity to do nothing with me again. We've already been down this road. Like, I'm over here reading him. I'm like, sir, we done been down this road already. Like, no. So I'm just reading him. I'm just like, sir, just stop. And I read him. I told him, I said, you're still a clown, huh? This is what we do. He said, oh, I'm a clown. You've been a clown. You've been a clown. Like, you haven't changed. It's sad. I said, it's sad that 20 years after the fact, you still on the same foolishness, but you want to come at me like, oh, well, you playing games. How am I playing games when you the one over here lying, trying to save face? You want to continue a lie instead of just saying, you know what? All right, yeah, I remember you, shawty. Like, I remember. Because you never once denied staying at your mama's house. You said, yeah, you stayed at your mama's. Why would I know that your mama stayed in the projects? And I told him, I said, the only thing saving you from me being able to 100% say, hey, here go the evidence, is when I dealt with most people, I deleted all traces of their existence when I was done with them. I ain't want none of your energy and none of your foolishness to still be anywhere associated with me. I was done. I was good. I ain't want no parts of, the UPS van coming out. I see them all the way up the street. Watch this. It take them a minute to get down there. But anyway, I open the door back up once they get here. They either going to go over to the door, the other door. They're going to come and pull over here because they see us right here. Because my brother, he right here getting some stuff out the trunk of his car. And I'm right here. So hopefully they'll see both of us. And then they'll say, oh, well, let's, come right here. But anyway, y'all, this man, he really want to keep sitting up here like we don't know each other. I'm like, how am I telling you all this stuff? How do I know your first and last name? The correct spelling of it. Oh, y'all, he went so far the other day to be like, my father's name is this, said a whole nother name. I said, sir, you doing the most to sit up here and lie about the fact that your daddy, you named after your daddy. Because that was the one thing that he did tell me that was true. And I looked it up back then. Because at the time, it started becoming common where people were like, oh, they had like little stuff that you can look people up. I forgot what it was called at the time, the thing I looked them up on. And it was true. And that's when I saw various profiles that my ex, made. And I'm like, okay, it's one thing for you to lose your account or forget your password and whatever. He had several accounts. And I was like, whatever. That was several red flags. But I was just like, okay, whatever. They must have put it in the mailbox. Because it don't take that long to get down our driveway. Our driveway is kind of long, but... And we got trees and stuff. You can't see nothing, no? Yeah, I think they put it in the mailbox. Whatever it is, must be small enough to go in the mailbox. Anyway, but yeah, this man want to sit up here and make it seem like we don't know each other. I'm like, sir, I'm not talking to you. I don't care about your phone number. I don't care about what you talking about. I'm not finna come see you. Oh, man, this man says, oh, well, I had this car and I had this place. I said, sir, everything that you're telling me about that you have now or you had over the last 2 to 5 years, I was with you 20 years ago. So I don't understand why you're telling me this. You had nothing. I said, oh, y'all, he thought he did something. He was like, well, you said I was driving a Crown Vic. I ain't never driving a Crown Vic. I had a Jeep and I had this. I said, sir, I was driving a white Crown Vic at the time and you were driving nothing. I said that I was wasting my gas and I was coming to see you because you weren't coming to see me or handing me any gas money. You weren't doing anything. We weren't going out on dates. We went that's why I was just like, this man really wasting my time. And I'm in here, I'm at ASU. Full course load, doing the most. And I'm still making time. Like, I was going to see this man at least once or twice a week. Like, I was doing the most. And I would spend all day with him. Like, if it was like a Saturday because I might have been out from school or something like that, I would spend the whole day until the sun was going down. And then I'd hit the interstate and get back home. Like, I was doing the most. But he was using me. It is what it is. So, yeah, y'all. He still want to lie like we ain't never been together and all this. I'm like, okay. I said, please leave me alone. Please go find you somebody else to try to put these lies on. To try to soothe them with these lies and this foolishness. I hope don't nobody fall for it. Because you was trash then. Hopefully, apparently you haven't grown. Because you still lying right now. Like, it's like, so you're still immature. Like, don't nobody have time. I hope that nobody takes him seriously. He has at least one child, and I'm like, oh, I feel sorry for her because she might not be getting no child support. He might not be hanging out with the child, spending time with the child, or nothing. But I will keep y'all updated to see if he say anything else wild. I'm trying to get this man to stop talking to me, but he keep on reaching out. On a better note, what's funny? I told y'all about this one dude. He's saying cool or whatever. He got a daughter, and he just mm-mm. he just he think that I'm finna chase behind him to try to communicate with him. And at first I was trying to be like, oh, okay. Well, hey, good morning. How you doing? How are you and your daughter doing? Da 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 da. And every other weekend he has his daughter and all this other stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Do what you do. I'm not trying to knock that. But he trying to make it seem like, well, I want you to come and see me and all this other stuff. But sir, I'm not finna chase after you. I'm already not looking for no relationship. I told you I don't trust. I don't trust y'all. Like, it's gonna take a while. I'm going to work on it. I'm trying to work on it, but I don't trust y'all. But you think I'm finna sit up here and every single day I'm gonna reach out to you and you don't reach out to me unless you bored with the other people that you have on your roster or whatever you got going on? I'm good. So he gonna reach out to me after 7 days of not reaching out to him. Did I do something wrong? I looked at the name and I started laughing. I said, no, why do you ask? He was like, oh, I thought I did something wrong. I haven't heard from you. Saying to myself, I ain't heard from you. The phone go both ways. I'm tired. So forget all that. Like, I continue to not reach out. Like, I don't care, sir. I'm tired. Like, you not finna sit up here and treat me obviously like an option and think I'm supposed to be here for it. I'm not doing it. So the other person that I am dealing with, he knows exactly what's going on. He is just, I'm really trying not to like him. It's hard. We like each other and we both are single. We both are trying not to like each other, but it ain't working. When I tell y'all, this man is so sweet to me. He does everything that I would want a person to do, and I have never had to ask this man to do nothing. I could just be sitting next to him, and I feel so comfortable. Our conversations are effortless. Y'all, it's just, mm. I'll be thinking of him and then he'll pop up. I'm like, oh my gosh, no, you did. He'll pop up. He come with a video chat. I'm like, oh my gosh. He just, we couldn't see each other last weekend. Well, last week, he had his daughter. He has a daughter as well. And his daughter was going to be over there, and we should have been able to spend some time together. But something happened with the mom's car, and so he was going to have her longer. And since we have not known each other long enough, or at least to me, I feel as though we haven't known each other long enough for him to introduce me to his daughter formally, because I've seen her while we video chatted before, and he was like, do you want to say hey to her? And she said hey, and she smiled, and she knew I wasn't her mama. Hallelujah. Like, she's old enough to understand, because some people will hear a voice and be like, is that mommy? And all that. She knew I wasn't her mama. But she was nice and pleasant and all of that. But we haven't gotten to a place where I should be meeting his daughter, and I'm grateful that he understands that. And I am understanding of that. I'm not going to sit up there and be mad, be like, well, why I can't meet her? So, you know what I'm saying? We had a little bump in the road the other day, so to speak. When he said that he would have his daughter a little bit longer, my mind went to another place. And I was like, yeah, he probably is spending some time with the mama or something, I was like, well, it don't matter, so let me just ignore it. So we didn't talk for the rest of that day. And so, I know how it is, and I know that his daughter can be a handful. And so I was like, if it is real, it is what it is. If he lying, it is what it is. We ain't together, so no sweat off my back. He ended up calling me Monday, and we talked, had a video chat and all this other stuff. And so I'm getting ready to leave because I was about to try to run some errands, but everything I wanted to do, it wasn't going to line up. So I was like, I'm going to just do what I was going to do, the other stuff. That's cool. So immediately he already could tell that my energy was off because I wasn't happy and bubbly like I normally am. Like, I keep trying to tell people who don't know me, apparently you don't know me, because if you think I'm a mean person, I'm not. I be happy as I don't know what. And it be situations where people be like, it ain't even that serious. Why she so happy? I really be so happy, genuinely, and all of that, right? This heifer crazy. Ella! Ella! She can't hear me because the window up. The dog. Let this window down to scare her because she doing the most. Ella! Get away from there. No, don't come over here. Anyway. Dog is crazy. She is so crazy. But anyway. Nope. Get away. I ain't ready to come out yet. So, but yeah. At first I tried to kind of be like, no, I ain't got no issues. Ain't nothing going on. He was like, you don't seem like yourself. You don't seem like you're normal, happy. I forgot how he said it, but it's basically me being happy and bubbly and all this other stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. All the while I'm not even making eye contact with him. Y'all, I'm over here getting my face together. I was like, yeah, let me moisturize my face. I'm doing all this in the car because I didn't get out the house. Like, if I don't start doing certain things in the car, I'm not going to ever get out the house. So I leave, like, moisturizing my face. Sometimes if I'm leaving to leave the house, I just come in the car and do stuff. So I'm over there doing that. I'm doing all this, getting in all the nooks and crannies and all of that. And so he tried to ignore it at first. And like within 5 minutes, he was just like, nah, I really feel like something's off with you. Are you sure? And he was not buying it. And he was going to try to move on with the conversation. And so I was like, well, and I gave him my little rundown. And he was like, well, when I told you that her mom's car was messed up and that I would have my daughter longer, you really didn't believe me? I was like, well, people have lied to me for less. for literally no reason. And I'm just like, what was the reason? There's no reason for you to lie to me. But people have lied to me when there was no reason to lie to me. So what would stop you from lying to me too? And so he was like, baby girl, I'm not lying to you. I ain't got no reason to lie to you. I wouldn't dare do that to you. I like you too much. And it's crazy because when we tried to go forward with the conversation, I ended up telling him about the ex that I just told y'all about. And he questioned me and was like, do you like me? I was like, yes. He was like, I don't know if I believe that because you talk about your ex a lot. I was like, oh no, it ain't nothing like that. I started laughing. Like, at first I was like, is he joking? But I realized he was being serious. I was like, oh no, I'm only talking to you about this because this is something that happened when we weren't on the phone talking to one another. He started messaging me and sending me all this stuff and trying to play in my face. I'm like, oh no. I said, well, I ain't got to tell you nothing else about him no more. I was just trying to, create conversation and all this other stuff. I don't want you to ever become bored talking to me and all this other stuff because normally our conversations flow. He was like, oh no. He was like, oh no, we gonna be good. Like, I don't think that would ever happen. I was like, okay, I'm just trying to talk to you and just tell you about everything that's been going on. He's like me. He'll sit there and he'll process stuff that has happened because we want to make sure that it's being analyzed in the right way. And if it's off to us or whatever, we will bring it up or find a way to bring it up at some point in time. But he really be making me like blush and he just I'm in the middle of talking to this man. He just like, you are just so, like, you just glowing today. I just be like, just stop it. Stop it. And I do not think that he is what they call it, love bombing. I don't think he's doing that. I don't think he's doing something and it's him trying to get over on me or something like that. I feel like it's coming from a genuine place as to why he's saying the things that he says to me and all of that or whatever. Like, and he tells me all the time, so I never feel anything other than beautiful whenever I'm talking to him, whenever we are hanging out and all the other stuff. So yeah, it's a very, very amazing friendship that we're developing. I don't know if our friendship will grow into something else. If it does, I'm hopeful that it'll be the last relationship that I'll ever have and that it will be awesome because I'm tired. And it's so easy to talk to him. Like, I just feel so comfortable. It's like, wow, the way I feel right now is the way I've always wanted to feel within a relationship, and we ain't even together. And you should be able to be the best of friends with the person that you're with. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go inside. I need to talk to my folks about some situations and things because I feel like one of the people that I spoke to today is related to us. It's a lot. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Have an amazing day. Bye.